This is the first, as far as we can tell, we've asked a lot of the brain trust, former coaches, people who have been around this park and these programs for a long time. We think this is the first time these two teams have ever played each other with a state tournament berth on the line, and it really doesn't get any better than that.
Micah Overly will do the pitching for the Cougars, and the first pitch is a little bit high for ball one. Overly, 5-2 on the year. He's got a couple of saves, pitched 40 innings, given up 35 hits. And the 1-0 count to Burkett is fouled over the Cougar dugout, even though it's the first base side and they're the home team. Parker didn't switch out of the third base dugout from their game against Verona. Overly with a 1.23 ERA and a walks and hits per inning pitched of 1.13. Opponents hitting just .236 against him. That's popped up over our press box, and it's 1-2 to the Vikings leadoff hitter, Kyle Burkett.
Like a big first inning here. Overly, he started some games, but a lot of times he's come in late off of a Wolfley start.
There's another foul ball against the screen. We'll do it again at 1-2.
So how does he start out there on the mound? And then obviously this Parker team we talked about in the last game really have, on this winning streak, love to jump on teams early, score in the first inning.
Sure. 1-2 the count, and the windup. Overly comes to the plate. That one hit into right center. Over is Kussmaul, and shallow. He's got it for out number one. So 1 up and 1 down for the Vikings. Now here's Jordan Bailey.
Feels like forever ago these two teams played. They had an early home and home series in the Big 8 schedule that actually worked out where they actually played it in the same week. That didn't happen a ton during the Big 8 season. Craig with a narrow win in the first game and then came back and won fairly easily in the second.
Opening pitch from Overly is again high, and ball one on Bailey. Talking to head coach Brian Martin before our little pregame chat. Here's the 1-0. And that one hit to left, but twisting foul. And he mentioned that between Bailey and Stone, kind of a toss-up, but, you lose that one, and then you immediately get the criticism of, why didn't you start Jordan? But I really don't think that would have been the case. I think it was kind of a horse apiece.
I think everybody thought it was pretty even, yeah.
Right.
But we talked about a little bit. I think their outfield's a little bit better when Bailey can be out in center.
For sure.
But they've both been very good on the mound.
Here's the 1-1 to Jordan, and a check swing strike as he went through. And it's 1-2 on the Parker pitcher for today, Jordan Bailey. 1-2, here it comes from Overly. And a foul on an outside fastball. He went with it and puts it back against the netting.
We also did a little research. We believe the last time Parker beat Craig was the 2014 sectional semifinals. They played the morning game that year, and Parker won that and then made its way to state.
1-2, ripped foul first base side. And we'll do it again, 1-2. Jordan hanging tough. Good crowd down here. A little earlier than normal, but a lot on the line. Trip to Appleton. 1-2 pitch. And a foul off of catcher Jake Campbell's mask. Bailey staying in with Overly, who's working his pitch count here to Bailey. He's got what he wants. He's into his windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt. Campbell has it, secures it, and goes to Malmanger at first to get the strikeout completed. 2 up and 2 down for Sam Garvel, the center fielder.
Yeah, the 4 o'clock start. Now, anybody who was at school, which based on some of these early numbers from the early games, I don't know if that was too many, but they're done with school now. We got some teachers out here now that were working all day, so awesome crowd.
And the first pitch to Garvel is a ball outside. That one low for ball 2. Garvel shifting from right to center. Might be called upon to pitch depending on how things go. Parker with a wealth of relievers as well. There's a check swing, and first base says no on the appeal. Okay. So it's 2-0, or 3-0, I should say, on Garvel.
He's got a better angle than us, I suppose.
Clearly. Doesn't stop us, though. 3-0 pitch. high for ball 4, and Garville works a 2-out walk. Parker with its first base runner for the catcher and cleanup hitter Cade Bowman.
Catcher, Cade Bowman.
Bowman had a double in the first game that started the rally in the 6th that got them their insurance run in that 2-1 win. That turned out to be a pretty huge run.
So over at first is Garville. Bowman at the dish. Sectional final baseball. A trip to state on the line. We're in the top of the first. Still no score. Here's the pitch. Starts him out with a strike. Bowman took that one. Craig with 2 regular season victories over Janesville Parker. Going for the sweep.
Might be 8 in a row overall.
Okay. 0-1 the count to Bowman. Here's the pitch. Hit back up the middle, and it's through for a base hit. And into center, Brennan charges. Berghammer had a play at it, but it hopped over his glove as he just got there. No time to really get in front of it. So a clean base hit by Bowman, and Garville goes to third on the slow roller out to Brennan, who had to charge quite a bit for that.
Good heads-up running by Garville. Once he saw that ball get past him, Brennan was playing deep, no doubles defense, and had to charge in pretty far to get to that.
So Vikings with runners at the corners now in the first inning, and the batter will be Chase Hamilton. 2 down, Parker with a runner in scoring position, and that is Garville. Bowman at first. Overly looks in.
Remember, it was Chase with that RBI in that 6th inning we just talked about last game.
Here it is. Swings and a blooper to right, and Parker's going to have the lead. And Bowman stops at second. It's 1-0 Vikings on a little looping liner from Hamilton into right field. Vikings with the lead, 1-0.
They love that first inning.
Yep, on a base hit by Hamilton. Parker's second hit in the inning. A run is in on 2 hits. And now the batter will be Jared Emerson, the DH.
Jared Emerson.
Emerson with that wide open stance in the lefty batter's box. And the pitch from Overly. Ball 1 down low.
Kind of getting behind in a lot of counts here in the first inning.
And here's the 1-0, and now they try to pick him off at second, but runner is back. 2 hits for Parker, successive singles from Bowman and Hamilton, and the Vikings have a run. And what'll any coach tell you? Walks.
Yeah.
As Garville comes around to score
all of this
on a 2-out walk.
All of this happening with 2 outs.
Yep. 1-0 the count to Emerson. And here's Overly. And a rip to first. Malmanger has it on a bounce, and he runs it to the bag to end the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Parker grabs the lead, 1-0. We're going to the bottom of the first with Craig coming up. Janesville Craig on to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Cougars, the home team, by virtue of the 1 seed. And it'll be Blomgren, Campbell, and Malmanger due up. For Janesville, Parker on the mound will be Jordan Bailey. And the lefty coming in to this game, 37 and a third innings pitched. He's 4-2 on the year. He's given up 23 hits and 11 earned runs, carrying a 2.06 ERA and a walks and hits per innings pitched of just 1.07. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's been great as a pitcher this year for sure. Mostly last year, obviously, he was a really good center fielder and still is, but really came on as a pitcher this year. And he said he's worked on it a lot with Cade Bowman, the catcher, and just I think they're both been on the same page all year.
So Blomgren will step in for Craig, the Cougar third baseman, for the first at bat for the Cougars. Squares to bunt. First pitch from Jordan is low and inside.
Top of the order for Craig in their sectional semifinal. 10 for 11, the top 4. So got to try to get through this first inning unscathed if you're Jordan Bailey.
That one struck the inside corner for strike one. It's even now at a ball and a strike on Blomgren. Zoller playing up on the grass. Outside, maybe a tad high, 2-1. Watching that Edgerton-Jefferson game as well. See who can go to state out of that. Here it is. Also high and outside. Same spot, 3-1 to Dan Blomgren. And you said the Eagles swept the season series?
Yeah, it was, I think, literally it might have been each of their first games of the season.
There's an inside corner, strike two, full count on Blomgren. Jordan shakes off Bowman a couple of times. Now he has what he wants. Here he comes. Swung on and fouled right field side and twisting out of play.
Ooh, scattered some folks down there.
Good crowd here down at Riverside. A lot of people coming out.
Come on, people. Foul ball's not that scary.
Full count. We'll do it again for Blomgren. And the windup, here it is. And he goes after one, drops the shoulder, and now it's in the same spot, foul territory.
Okay.
Somebody make the catch?
Well, he didn't, but he attempted it this time, which I appreciate much more than what happened last time. I think that might actually be former Craig pitcher Nick Kramer down there, winner of the 2015 state championship game.
Right. Still 3-2. Here's Bailey. Smacked on a base hit through the hole between third and shortstop. And Blomgren works a leadoff hit for Janesville Craig.
That's a really good at-bat to open the game. Saw a lot of pitches. Now you got a base runner out there he's got to worry about. It does help that he's a lefty. You know, Craig loves to steal, but having a lefty out there keeps the runner at first close. A little more honest.
So now the batter will be Jacob Campbell. Checking your ticker there.
Yeah, I might as well. This would be funny if he got drafted while he was hitting, wouldn't it?
Here's the opening pitch, and low and inside to Campbell. Lead runner. And now 1-0. Bailey comes to the plate. Low and inside again. 2-0. And Bowman wants to talk with Bailey just a little bit.
I see Jordan kind of stretching out a little bit, too. I wonder if he's...
It looks like he's pulling up on that left foot maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Something to keep an eye on.
2-0 the count. Blomgren with a leadoff single for the Cougars as they're into the hit column. And Bowman finishes up the meeting and heads back to the plate. 1-0 Parker with the lead. Vikings score in the top of the first. We're in the bottom half. One and 0. 2-0 rather. Here it is. Campbell swings and pops it up right field. Hamilton is under it and makes the catch. And retreating to first is Blomgren. So a fly to right, 1 out. As Campbell is retired, Malmanger now will be the batter. One of the hottest hitters, and off to UW Whitewater to play football.
First team all Big 8.
Say, hey, I want to try and take some cuts in the cage, Coach. High and outside for ball 1 on the Cougar first baseman.
You got Warhawks pitching coach Tom Klobuchar down there. He can put in a good word for Malmanger, can he?
Sure. 1-0. And here it is. Dropping low for 2-0. Blomgren at first being held by Nemitz. And, of course, Bailey, the lefty there. And throw back, and in there with a head-first slide is Blomgren.
Yeah, he was leaning sort of toward second there.
He was. 2-0 the count to Malmanger. Bailey comes set, and here it is. That drops down low. 3-0. A little bit tighter zone here than we've seen in the last 2 games.
Yeah, Jordan stretching out that hamstring or something again.
3-0. And that one is a strike on the inside corner. 3-1 to Malmanger. 1 down here, bottom of the first. Craig, the home team, trying to match Parker's opening run. Blumgren goes. Throw down to second by Bowman, and he's out! Throw was to the right side of the bag, but tag was applied right on Blumgren's back as the pitch was a strike, and now a full count as Blumgren is cut down, and there's 2 outs. And now Bailey to finish up Malmanger on a 3-2 count.
I wasn't sure if he was going to call that a ball. I thought it maybe was a walk.
There's a hit foul to right field, out of play.
Tree.
Look at you two. Car, tree. Just wanted to hit stuff. Jeez.
Boat.
River. 3-2 the count. We'll do it again full on Malmanger. Bailey into the windup. Here's the pitch. Outside, and he worked a walk. Malmanger with a little half swing, but able to check. And another Cougar base runner. But this time, only 1 on with 2 out.
About 15 seconds later, they asked to appeal down to the first base ump, see if he swung.
No, not even close.
The first base ump agreed.
Here's Noah Berghammer, the shortstop. Noah had a pretty good game against Madison West earlier. That one, a high drive to left, but playable. Ellis is under it and catches for out number 3. So for Janesville Craig, no runs. They do get a hit. No errors, and they leave 1. 1 complete at Riverside. Parker 1, Craig nothing. Nothing game, top of the second. Micah Overly out for the Cougars, as Janesville Parker will send up this inning Zach Zoller, Sam Nemitz, and Carter Schneider at least. Zoller, the third baseman, will bat first. He's had a decent second half. And the opening pitch from Overly almost hit him. Zoller had to kind of form a little L shape there. Be avoided hitting in the midsection. And there's a rip down left field, in off the handle, foul.
That was inside, too. He had to turn on it a little bit.
Coach Brian Martin misplaying that. Best to just get out of the way. 1-1 the count to Zoller. Here's Overly. And that's upstairs for ball 2. 2-1 the count. The windup, here's the pitch. Smack to left field. Also yanked foul into the Cougar bullpen area. And it's 2-2 now on Zoller. Out in front of some Overly fastballs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one fouled right field side, kind of on the outside portion of the plate, and Zoller in protect mode.
Yeah, he's trying to hit the pitch whichever direction it is on the plate, inside or outside.
2-2 the count. Overly kicks and fires. Also fouled right field side. Out of play. Parker with a 1-0 lead. We're in the top of the second. Sectional final at Riverside. Third game today. 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air, shallow right center. Coming on is Kussmaul, and he's got it for out number 1. And the batter will be Sam Nemitz, the Parker first baseman.
1 for 3 in the sectional semifinal game for Nemitz. They flipped him and Zoller in order. Interesting.
Maybe looking for a little power, I guess, at the bottom, but Carter Schneider's been solid in that 9 spot. Opening pitch from Overly to Nemitz. Lays down a bunt, and Nemitz out of the box fast, barehanded by Blumgren, and no chance. Nemitz with a push bunt out of that left side.
That was a beauty.
It was. He was out of the box fast, and it was a great bunt. So Parker with its third hit, and now 1 on and 1 out for Carter Schneider, the second baseman. Nemitz is aboard at first. And Burkett in the on-deck circle back to the top of the order after Schneider. Blumgren in on the grass at third. Here's the pitch. Smacked in between shortstop and third on a ground ball to left field. And the second straight hit for the Vikings.
Bottom
They're
of the
up
order,
to 4.
getting it done. Carter Schneider, too. He's just had a real good day, really. He's had some good defensive plays out there in the first game, had a single and a run scored.
Here's Burkett. Flew out to Kussmaul in right. And overly communicating with Berghammer about some defensive signals. 1 down, runners at first and second for Parker for Burkett. Parker in business here in the top half of the second. And the pitch. Swing and a miss from Burkett. Little out in front of a change of pace. Oh 1 on the Parker shortstop. Top half of inning number 2. Sets up outside as Campbell. Here's the pitch and drops down low. Even now at a ball and a strike. Parker with a 1-0 lead. Already 4 hits in just an inning and a third. Well, that's one thing Parker has done in this winning streak, as you said, is score
first and
early.
second innings have been their real good innings on offense.
Here's the pitch from Overly. Down low a ball. 2-1. Craig in the blues, Parker with the blacks and the whites with the green letters. Here at Riverside. 2-1 pitch coming up from Overly. Taken low and away for ball 3. And Burkett now 1 pitch away from loading the bases. 3-1. Here it comes. Smacked foul, third base side, left of Coach Martin. And it's full now from Overly.
No E that time.
No. No E coach box. 3-2 the count. Overly comes set out of the stretch. Nobody holding either runner. And here's the pitch. Inside, and it hit him. And the bases are loaded. Nemitz to third. Schneider at second. And now Burkett at first on a hit by pitch. And Campbell coming out for a couple of words with Overly. Jordan Bailey, a strikeout victim in the first inning, with a big spot with only 1 out.
Yeah, this is
early test for
really
Craig. Chance to cash in for Parker.
Gut check time.
Mm-hmm. Big lead at second for Schneider. Nobody holding him. Out of the stretch, here comes Overly. Bailey swings to the first pitch, pops it up, foul. Is it going to be playable for March? He runs a long way. He made the catch, and a run will score. And it's 2-0 Parker. So March makes the catch near the front end of the Cougar bullpen area, and the runner tags from third. Nemitz will come in. The rest of the runners will hold.
That's always one of those weird plays. Like, do you want to catch that or not?
Well, with a dangerous hitter like Bailey, I think you
take the out.
Probably take an out and make the trade.
Bases loaded, 1 out, and you hope you just get 1 run out of it.
Well, you still got a runner in scoring position. It's 2-0. And there's a base hit to shallow center for Garvel, and the run's going to be waved around. Here's the throw. There's going to be a play at the plate, and he's in there. Garvel slides in safely. It's 3-0 Janesville Parker on an RBI single from Sam Garvel, who swung at the first pitch. Schneider comes in to score. To second is Burkett. And the Vikings with 3 runs in the first 2 innings.
Just the way they've been doing it the last few weeks, it seems like, doesn't it?
5 hits. 2 are in this inning for the Vikings on 3 hits. And there's still 2 out, and the batter will be Cade Bowman. Bowman swings and fouls one back to the netting. Chase Hamilton to follow if Bowman can get on. There is 2 outs. Runners at first and second. It's 0-1 to the Parker catcher. Outside and blocked by Campbell. So the Cougars with some adversity.
And the Parker coming through in the clutch from the bottom of that order. That's huge.
1-1 the count. 2 down. Nobody holding the runner at second, Overly to the plate, and a foul in off the handle, third base side. And it's 1-2. Sectional final. People still coming in here at Riverside. Lines down the left and right field side, past each dugout. 1-2 pitch. Here comes Overly to Bowman. And it's low and blocked by Campbell. 2-2 now the count. 2 are in this inning. It's 3-0 Parker on 5 hits.
And if you're Craig, you're just trying to get into the dugout. And
for sure. 2-2. Overly delivers. Hit to right. Cussball's going to have to go get this one. He can't do it. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score. Here's to second for Bowman as the throw comes in. A 2 RBI double, and it's 5-0 Janesville Parker.
Wowza. That's another big double for Bowman. 2 games in a row now. He had started off for the insurance run in the last game, and now he puts Parker up 5-0. He's hit both gaps.
Bowman 2 for 2 in this sectional final. And now here's Hamilton, who already has a base hit. 5-0 Parker on 6 hits. So here comes Hamilton. Steps in against Overly. Bowman at second base. 2 down. Here's the opening pitch. Hit to second. And Hessling has it to first. And down go the Vikings, but not without plating. 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors. 1 man left. Bottom of the second coming up, but it's Parker 5 and Craig nothing. Josh Goldberg and Eric Schmolt back at Veterans Field at Riverside Park. Bottom of the second coming up. Jordan Bailey on for his second inning as the Cougars will send up Tresson Cussball, J.J. Brennan, and Clark Schmaling, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Cougars. Wow.
Yeah, I think everybody's a little...
I'm getting text messages. 5-0, wow, Parker, all that kind of stuff. It's...
I think even if you're a Parker fan, you would not think probably 5-0 at this stage. You'd be,
when you've won 12 in a row,
they're hot.
It's...
And when you've done it in the first couple innings, then you start thinking that you just can keep doing that every single game.
So here's Cussball stepping in against Bailey. Opening pitch is swung on and popped up. Garville calls for it in center. And he runs in and makes the grab. So 1 up and 1 down for J.J. Brennan.
Center fielder, J.J. Brennan.
Yeah, now it's, in this crosstown rivalry game, you're down 5-0. You start squeezing the bat a little tighter, don't you?
Yeah, you kind of think so.
Or do you try to say it's still early?
It is early.
Don't panic.
Stay true to your game, I guess.
I guess we'll find out.
Low and outside to Brennan from Jordan Bailey. 1-0 on the Cougar center fielder. And the pitch. In there for a strike. 1-1 as Brennan took that one down the middle. Bailey looking in at Bowman. Kicks and fires. And that one almost went to the screen. Seems like Bailey just lost the grip on it.
Yeah, a couple times here this inning.
2-1 the count. 1 down in the bottom of the second. Windup and the pitch. Inside corner a strike. 2-2. Bailey into the windup. Here he comes. Swung on and hit to short. Gobbled up by Burkett, and the throw to Nemitz is in the dirt, and it's blocked, but he can't catch it. Tough throw for Burkett. He had to range quite a bit to his right and make an off-balance throw. The throw got there in time, was just in the dirt. And they're going to give an error to Kyle Burkett, and Brennan will reach, and the batter will be Clark Schmaling.
Designated hitter, Clark Schmaling.
So Schmaling will now bat with Brennan on base. Hessling is due next. Schmaling, the DH, takes a strike on the inside corner.
Tough play, but I feel like he probably could have taken another split second to gather himself and make a little better throw. The throw was there in plenty of time.
Right. Bailey throws over to first. Ooh, boy, very deceptive move for the left-hander. And a late break back to the base for Brennan. 1 out, 0-1 the count to Schmaling. Bailey sets and comes to the plate. High and outside. 1-1. Are we still on Jacob Campbell watch?
We are, yeah.
All right.
They're in the middle of the 8th round, isn't it?
Oof.
Ninth round.
All right. 1-1 here to Schmaling. Here's the pitch. High, 2-1. 5 are in for the Vikings. Craig trying to strike here in the second. Bottom half. You have missed a opening 2-inning barrage by the Parker hitters. And the throw back to first. In standing is Brennan.
Yeah, if you're Craig, I think you're just like, let's get one and get something started.
Right. Bailey to the plate. Low and inside, 3-1 on the DH Schmaling. Jacob Hessling to follow.
Bottom of Craig's order with a chance to answer back to Parker's bottom in the order that got last innings out. Rally started.
3-1 pitch. And a little bit inside or low, take your pick, but it didn't miss by much. And Schmaling draws a 1-out walk. Brennan to second. And the batter will be Jacob Hessling.
Second baseman, Jacob Hessling.
Opening pitch from Bailey is taken for a strike.
Both pitchers thrown a lot of pitches in the first 2 innings, especially compared to last game when it felt like it took about 4 innings for each of them to get to 30.
We had complete games from both Wolfley and Stone. Here's the pitch from Bailey upstairs. Even now at a ball and a strike on Hessling. Ross March is next for Craig. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Runners at first and second for the Cougars. Bailey to the plate. High and draws Bowman out of his stance. And 2-1 now, rather. Bailey looking in for Bowman. Now comes set. And again, inside corner. He likes that spot that kind of backs the hitters out of there. But it just catches the corner as it comes across as a lefty.
Yeah, it must tail sort of a little bit. And
he's got it 2-2 on Hessling. Here's the pitch. And low and inside, and Hessling has worked it full now.
Big pitch here.
Chance to load the bases for Craig. Parker needs out number 2. And here it is.
Ooh.
Strike 3 called, inside corner, and Hessling goes down looking.
Right back to that same spot we were just talking about.
And now Ross March will be the batter. So March will step in. 2 on, 2 out for Craig. And the opening pitch drops down low for a ball. Second is Brennan. First is Schmaling. Here's the pitch and a swing and a foul. And it's 1-1.
Let's fight over the foul ball.
Sure. Brody Klukas runs out to grab it.
Good hustle.
Says, I got it on deck, batter. Don't worry about it. 1-1 the count. Bailey steps off. Wants to redo things with Bowman behind the plate. Now he's back on. March steps back in. Bailey comes set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside and low, and blocked by Bowman. 2-1.
Good block. Got to keep the runners where they're at here.
It's 5-0 Parker, bottom of the second. Craig with 2 on, but 2 out. 2-1 pitch. Smack to center, shallow. Garvel in on it and retires the side. So for the Cougars, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We go to the top of the third. It's 5-0 Vikings. Bill Parker, and the Vikings will lead it off with the DH Jared Emerson in the 6th spot, followed by Zach Zoller and Sam Nevitz.
Looks like on Twitter, we got Arrowhead and some Prairie playing in a sectional.
Yep,
final.
saw that.
Looks like an Arrowhead player got ejected for not sliding into home and running into the catcher. So that sounds like a bit of fun.
Wow. Opening pitch, and it is ball 1 from Overly, back out for his 3rd inning. Emerson, a grounder to Malmanger to end the first. There's a outside corner strike. Even now at a ball and a strike on the DH. 1-1 pitch. Smack to center on the ground. Hessling up with it to Malmanger. And a routine play for out number 1. Now here's Zoller with a fly out to right field.
Third baseman, Zach Zoller.
Kind of a big moment for Overly, I'd say. They shown confidence in him, putting him back out there. Haven't shown any panic there. Can he get through a clean inning or find himself in trouble again?
Starts it off with a ball on Zoller. Here's the pitch. Taken down low for a ball. 2-0. Top of the third, 5-0. Parker leads. There's the strike. 2-1 now. Wind up and the pitch from Overly. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now. 1 out for Parker. Nemitz is due next. Wind up from Overly and the pitch. Waved at and hit to right field, shallow. And diving catch not made, and it's a fair ball.
He's calling it fair?
Yes, he is.
Wow.
Coach Herbst is out to talk with the umpire at home plate, and now that umpire, I believe, is going to go talk to the field umpire. And he's going to say that that's a foul ball. It doesn't matter where the ball lands. It is where it is on the line in the field of play when you touch it. So you can touch it in fair territory and take it over to foul. Now they're going to call it foul? And Coach Brian Martin says, now wait a minute.
Also, the umpire at first base didn't signal foul. He put up his hand like it was an out, which it definitely was not that.
No, but I think maybe an out signals a strike. I'm not sure. Now Coach Martin talking with the home plate umpire.
To my eye, they got the call right eventually. I thought it was foul. Murph here to my left thought it was fair. He thought he was right on the line. Let's do it over again.
I thought he touched it in fair territory, but I have a very bad angle. 2-2 pitch and a foul back. 2-2. We'll do it again.
He almost came up with a highlight reel catch, which we've seen quite a few highlight reels today on defense from these teams that have played in this sectional.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a fly to center. Brennan comes in a couple of steps and makes the grab to retire Zoller. And there's 2 up and 2 down. And now here's Nemitz, who has a single today.
First baseman, Sam
So Nemitz the batter. And the windup and the pitch. Squares to bunt. Takes back. And it's outside from Overly, 1-0.
I do find it kind of curious that in a situation like that where the field umpire basically just has to turn around and he's at least twice as close to the home plate umpire, that the home plate umpire is the one that gets to make the final call.
Right. Outside corner, strike one looking on Nemitz, and it's even now a ball and a strike. High and outside, 2-1. Winner will play at 3:30 Tuesday afternoon at Fox City Stadium. Here's the pitch, and it's hit to center again. Brennan back a couple of steps, but he'll make the grab. 3 up and 3 down. Could be an energizer for the Cougars. We'll see. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom half of the third. Still 5-0, though. Janesville Parker.
Leading off for Janesville, Craig at the bottom of the third inning. Third baseman.
So Blomgren will bat. He got a single and then was caught stealing. So far it's been Craig's only hit in 2 innings. Jordan Bailey back out. First pitch to Blomgren. Drops low and inside for ball 1.
Key half inning here, I think, for Craig. Bailey got through that first time of that top of that order unscathed.
Outside and backhanded by Bowman. 2-0.
Now he's got a 5-0 lead, and if he can do it again, you're really kind of putting the pressure on Craig.
For sure. 2-0 pitch. That hit him, and Bailey not showing much of a command on that first at-bat. Kind of all over the place. Inside, outside, then back in.
Maybe overthrowing a little bit, knowing that it was the top of the order.
So now Campbell will be the batter. 0 for 1 on a fly out to right.
I guess I should see if he got drafted.
Yeah, what are you doing? Baseball watch over here. Campbell getting the signs from Coach Herbst, third. Blomgren caught stealing the last time he was at first. Bailey with the pitch to Jacob. Takes a strike. Oh, 0-1 the count. Second batter of the inning. And a runner on first for Craig. Here's the throw over. Blomgren back in standing.
Nice breeze rolling right into our face here. Straight in.
Well, helps that we got the door open downstairs. 0-1. Campbell smacks a base hit to left. Blomgren to second. It dies in the grass, but Coach Herbst pointing to the bag. You stay right there. Don't want to make the first out at third base. So Campbell checks in with a hit. Craig's second hit of the ball game. Blomgren to second, and now here's Luke Malmanger, who walked and was stranded in the first. 2 on, nobody out for the Cougars. Bailey's first pitch up high on Malmanger for ball 1. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third as Craig tries to tally, and that one hit Malmanger. Yikes.
Now we got a real situation here.
Second hit by pitch, and head coach Martin is out to talk with his hurler. Blomgren to third, Campbell to second, and Malmanger aboard.
Oh, here comes the big old meeting. Here we go. Everybody have a meeting.
You and Bear love these big meetings.
I just don't remember, obviously.
So it looks like that's it for Bailey.
Oh, wow.
Garvel's going to come in to pitch, and Bailey's going to go, I would assume, back to his normal position at center. So we're going to get a pitching change. Bailey's done. Sam Garvel will come in. We'll let him warm up and check the other changes if there are any. We'll return after this from Culver's of Janesville. So Noah Berghammer will be the batter for new pitcher Sam Garvel. As Jordan Bailey goes out to center, still kind of stretching that lower half there.
Maybe, yeah. That could be a case where they saw that and he went to the dugout and they asked him about it, and he said, let me keep going until it looks like it's a problem, and they think it's a problem. So get out of there before
Number 8.
it gets worse.
So Garvel, 28 2/3 innings.
Is now in center field.
He's got a 3-1 record this season. He's got a save as well. He's given up 26 hits, 11 earned runs, struck out 20 and walked 22. He's got an ERA of 2.68 and a walk and hits per innings pitched of 1.67. So Garvel on the mound for Berghammer, the shortstop, who has flown out to left. Bases loaded, nobody out. It's a 1-0. Should be
Fresh count.
fresh count. Now a 1-0 count as that drops down low. Or, nope, called it a strike.
Yep.
So 0-1 the count to Berghammer. Second pitch from Garvel is high and outside for ball 1. Even now.
Update from Broadhead. It's Jefferson 4, Edgerton 0 through 3 innings.
Okay. Eagles starting hot. 1-1 pitch coming up from Garvel. Here it is out of the stretch. Ground ball and a base hit to left field. One run is in and everybody else moves up a base. Craig's on the board as Berghammer punches one through the left side of the infield. And Craig now trails 5-1. Campbell to third, Malmanger at second, and Berghammer with an RBI single.
Right fielder, Tresson Kussmaul.
So one run is in. Craig with their second hit of the inning. And now here's Kussmaul. Had a fly to center. Swings to the first pitch, and it's past Zoller. Another run is in, and everybody else moves up a base. Campbell scores. It's 5-2.
Okay.
Malmanger to third, Berghammer to second, and Kussmaul is aboard with an RBI single. Another run is in, another hit for Janesville Craig, and here's Brennan.
Not exactly smashing,
Nope.
hitting him real hard, but putting him right through the gaps in the infield.
Infield corners are in for Brennan. Curveball and a big hook from Garvel drops in for a strike. Still nobody out, bases loaded for Craig.
Center fielder, J.J. Brennan.
It's the bottom of the third. 2 are in. It's 5-2 Vikings. There's a strike on a fastball down the middle. Brennan took, and he's behind 0-2 to Sam Garvel. Garvel comes set, and here's the pitch. Outside, 1-2 as Brennan laid off. 6 hits for the Vikings, 4 for Craig. Cougars looking to do more damage here with nobody out and the base is full. Here it is. In the dirt and gets over Bowman's shoulder. Malmanger comes in and it's 5-3 Vikings as everybody moves up. Berghammer to third, Kussmaul to second. And Brennan now even at 2-2 on Garvel. That one way out in front of home plate.
Yep, that was going to be a tough one to block the whole way.
Brennan reached on an error by Burkett, and now all of Parker's infield is in. 2-2 the count to the Craig center fielder as the Cougars trail by 2. And here's the pitch. Swing and a shallow one into right. Running over is Hamilton. Tag is made. Hamilton with the throw and the relay not in time. It skips away from Bowman momentarily, but the job done by Brennan. He drives in Berghammer, and to third is Kussmaul. There's one out, runner at third, and it's 5-4 Parker. 4 runs are in. Craig's got 3 hits in the inning.
Well, we said at the start of the inning, this was it might have been a little bit of a do or die time for Craig with the top of the order up, and they're getting it done here, getting themselves right back in the game.
Here's Schmaling now. Goes to lay down a bunt first base side. Here comes the run to the plate, and it's a tie game. Schmaling is tagged out, but the Cougars have drawn even. Good bunt from Schmaling.
Very good.
Trading a run for an out, and we're back to even. 2 down.
Jacob Hesseling.
So a sack on the RBI bunt as Schmaling is tagged out. And now here's Hessling with 2 gone, and the base is clear. Big hook from Garvel. Drops low and outside for ball one. 5 runs in the inning for Craig. Garvel, as Hessling squares to bunt, draws back but takes it for a strike on the inside corner. 1-1. Wind up and the pitch. There's the strike. 1-2 on Hessling. A strikeout looking last inning. 1-2 pitch. And a check swing, appeal to first, and he went, and Hessling is gone on the appeal. So a strike to Hessling, and the inning is over. But for the Cougars, 5 runs on 3 hits, no errors, nobody left. We're going to the 4th. It's 5 apiece at Riverside. We'll be Josh Goldberg and Eric Schmold back at Riverside Park for Veterans Field. Sectional final.
Top of the 4th inning, second baseman.
It's a whole new ball game now.
It's a 4-inning game, as Murph just said over here.
So leading off for the Vikings here in the bottom or the top of the 4th is Carter Schneider. Then back to the top. Here's Overly. First pitch in there, strike 1. Schneider with a single and a run scored for Parker. One of the Vikings' 6 hits. And you just hope that doesn't knock the Vikings' confidence down. But for Craig, totally renewed. Could see the scales flip a little bit here. Fouled off the end of the bat, first base side from Schneider. He's behind 0-2 to Overly. Micah into the windup. Here he comes. Campbell sets up outside. High on a fastball. 1-2.
Yeah, I think if you're Parker, you just say, hey, we've put up 5 on this guy already. Let's just keep going. We're fine. We haven't, we're not down. Just keep plugging away.
1-2 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a base hit back up the middle on a line drive from Carter Schneider. So Schneider 2 for 2 and a lead runner for the Vikings this inning. Back to the top of the order, and Kyle Burkett.
Arguably probably the best day of any Parker Vikings player. The guy in the 9-hole, Carter Schneider, their defense, offense. He's done a lot today.
5-5 on the scoreboard between the Cougars and the Vikings. Overly checks first, comes set out of the stretch. Here it is to Burkett, puts down a bunt, pops it up foul, first base side, but no play can be made. 0-1. Burkett steps back in. He's 0 for 1 today. He's been hit by a pitch and scored and flown out to right. Overly comes set to the plate. Outside pitch out, maybe. It looked like he got away from him.
Not sure.
Campbell wanted a snap throw down to first, but held up on it. It's 1-1.
Even if it was a pitch out, it was a little further out than I think they wanted.
For sure. Even now at a ball and a strike on Kyle Burkett. Jordan Bailey to follow, and then Sam Garvel. Here's the pitch from Overly. Squares to bunt again, and then line drives it foul. Right field side. So he's behind 1-2 to Overly. 5-5 our score.
Burkett looks a little frustrated with himself there. He knows as the leadoff guy there, he's got to get one down, I think.
Coach Martin said in our pregame chat, if you got to lay down a bunt, you got to lay down a bunt. 1-2 pitch. Fouled back out of play over the netting. Got to be able to execute. And now he's swinging away on Overly. Top of the 4th at Riverside. Awesome day for baseball all day. Overly gets the signs from Campbell. Checks first, and now comes set. And the pitch. Low and away, 2-2.
Over the 60 pitch mark by quite a bit already for Overly, so
all right.
Gotta think we're going to see the Craig bullpen at some time.
I would say. Already had a pitching change for Parker. 2-2 pitch coming up. Here it is. Smacked foul. And just missing people and cars alike, which would have done some damage whatever it hit. because that was a shot.
He was a little ahead of it.
Just a tad. Line drive to the parking lot. 2-2 the count. We'll do it again. Overly and Burkett. Here he comes. Blocked by Campbell. It's low. 3-2 now.
Good battle going here. Who's going to win it?
Parker can put a couple of men on with nobody out. Checks first, and Overly comes set. Here's the pitch. Inside corner, strike 3, and Burkett goes down looking. Overly with his second strikeout. Out number 1 for Jordan Bailey, now in center field.
It's definitely consistently called that corner of the
Yes.
plate on right-handed hitters.
Strike zone a little bit tighter in this ball game than we've had for the previous 2, but as you mentioned, consistent. 1 out. Here's the opening pitch to Bailey. On the outside corner, strike 1.
Framed pretty well by Campbell there.
Mm-hmm.
Which reminds me, I should probably check on something here.
Our Campbell watch on the amateur draft. 0-1 the count to Bailey. And the pitch. Low for ball 1. Even now to ball and a strike. Jordan struck out in the first and also drove in a run with a fly ball to left in the second.
Still no news to report on that side of things.
1-1 the count. Runner at first. Leads away. Swing and a foul back to the screen. 1-2 on Jordan. Garvel to follow. 1 out. In the top of the 4th. Yeah, sit down, Mr. Kaus. Take a load off. Good seats up here. 1-2 pitch. Curveball and swinging a foul back. Bailey just missed it. And we'll do it again. 1 out. Schneider with an opening single in the frame, and he's still at first. Overly checks him at first. Now comes set. Here's the pitch. Swinging another foul back.
Garvel's got a whole stash of balls over there. Somebody's got to take back to the home plate umpire.
It's one of those where you drop them in the next helmet and just carry the helmet out
I
there.
don't know why you picked the bat back up to swing it in the on-deck circle.
Still at 1-2 between Overly and Bailey. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul off Campbell's mask. And we will do it yet again. And the umpire says, I got nothing.
Sam's like, I got them all, don't worry.
And now Bowman runs over.
He's got 3.
He got 3. So umpire locked and loaded with 4 more. In case this at bat goes into the 7 o'clock hour.
Sam Garvel says, hey, those 3 I collected. You're taking the credit for them by taking it back up there.
That's 1-2 the count still. And the pitch. Swung on and popped up. This is in fair territory. Left field. March coming in. Makes the grab. And back to first goes Schneider. There's 2 outs. So Overly wins the battle. And now here's Sam Garvel with 2 down. Garvel today, 1 for 1. He's got a single, an RBI, and has scored twice. And Coach Herbst is out to the mound, and looks like we're going to get a pitching change. And that will do it for Micah Overly.
Interesting.
5-5, top of the 4th inning. 2 outs and a pitching change for Craig. We'll go over the matchups and defensive changes when we come back after this from the Citrus Cafe. Josh Goldberg and Eric Schmaltz. Got 3 stories to write for today.
Yeah, got a couple online now. Now we got to figure out what's the real final story here.
What's the game plan for next Tuesday at Fox City Stadium?
We're going to have Craig going for the 14th time and the 3rd time in the last 4 years, or Parker going for the 8th time and the first time since 2014.
Noah Berghammer is on to pitch. He will move from shortstop to the mound. Micah Overly's day is done. He is responsible for Schneider at first. He'll go over and play third. and Dan Blomgren moves from third to shortstop.
Kind of interesting timing. Overly had worked through 2 straight batters with long battles and won both of them, and was on the verge of maybe leaving that guy on first, but he was up to 77 pitches already. So
maybe they like the Berghammer-Garvel matchup, I guess.
Could be.
Again, Sam 1 for 1 today. Couple of runs scored, a single and an RBI.
Shout out to my Twitter followers. We're up to 2,000 thanks to today.
Congratulations.
Woo, big number.
I know when you retweet, I usually get a follower or 2 every few retweets, so thanks.
Milestone day on Twitter.
I like it. Berghammer comes set, and the opening pitch to Garvel is down low and blocked by Campbell, 1-0. Berghammer on the season, on the mound for Janesville Craig. 1-0 pitch to Garvel. Pops it up. It's on the infield. Who wants it? Overly calls it. And now Blomgren says, get out of the way. I got it. And the side is retired. We'll go over his numbers next inning. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Tied at 5, Craig and Parker. 5-5 ball game, bottom of the 4th. And Craig looking to take the lead. Parker trying to keep the Cougars tied.
Yeah, and Craig trying to feed off some momentum, obviously. Coming off 5 runs there in the bottom of the 3rd. No damage in the top of the 4th. They'll get back to the top of the order here after Ross March leads off.
So the batter for the Cougars will be March. And again, back to the top of the order. Blomgren and Campbell do up this inning.
In the bottom of the 4th inning, left fielder Ross March.
So here's the opening pitch from Garvel. Swung on and a high bouncer over the head of Zoller, who is playing in, and it's into left field and a leadoff hit for March.
Pounded that one right
Yeah,
into the
he
ground
did.
in front of the plate.
So 5th hit for the Cougars. And now Blomgren, who has a single and was hit by a pitch, he's also scored a run. Garvel's opening pitch to Blomgren, squares to bunt, high fastball taken for ball 1. One and 0 the count. Runner at first, squares to bunt again, lays one down in front of the mound. Garvel had probably time to go to second, but instead he takes the sure out at first base. March moves to 2, and Cougars going to try and play a little small ball on the sacrifice with Campbell due up and a runner in scoring position.
Trying to get their first lead of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's smart play by Garvel there to go first. Too close to call, I think, at second base. You got to get an out.
So now here's Campbell, 1 for 2. Pitch from Garvel is a little bit outside. 1-0 to the Cougar catcher. Still hasn't had his name called yet in the amateur draft. 1-0 pitch coming up. Outside corner. This time it's a strike.
Same pitch,
Yep.
different call.
Even at 1-1. 1 out in the inning for Craig. Malmanger due next. And here it is. Hit to first. Nemitz has it on a bounce. Takes it to the bag for 2 outs. And now Malmanger with March moving to third.
First baseman, Luke Malmanger.
So 2 down now. Malmanger today. Nothing for nothing. No at-bats. A walk and a hit by pitch. Garvel's first pitch is in there for strike 1 on the outer half of the plate. 2 down. Craig with the leading run, 1 base away at third. Second pitch by Garvel, and that one hit Luke
again.
too. So Malmanger down to third, and now Berghammer will try and give the Cougars the lead.
He's the one that gave them their first run with a RBI single with the bases loaded last inning.
So Berghammer going to try to cash in, 1 for 2 He's also flown out to left.
Pitcher, shortstop, Noah Berghammer.
Ross marches at third, Malmanger to first. At the corners with 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Garvel's opening pitch to Berghammer. Swung on and hit to third. Zoller has it. He goes over to first. It's in the dirt. Nemitz with the scoop, and he got him.
Whew, that was a bang-bang
That
call
was
right
a bang-bang call over at first.
Good work by Zoller to stick with it.
So 5-3 on the putout for Janesville Craig. They can't tally, and they have 1 hit in the inning. No errors, and 2 men left on base. We go to the top of the 5th here at Riverside. It's Parker 5 and Craig 5. Opportunity for Craig last inning. Runners at the corners, but could not plate a run as Parker holds on a good play by Zoller, getting in front of that and
kind of ate him up. But,
yeah, it did, but
it fell down right to his feet, and he stuck with it, made a nice throw, and a pretty good dig over at first base as well.
So the Vikings on to bat in the top of the 5th. It'll be Bowman, Hamilton, and Emerson. Berghammer, 3-0 on the year, and has now pitched 25 innings, counting the last out. He's given up 26 hits, 8 earned runs. He's got an ERA of 2.3 and a 1.56 walks and hits per innings pitched. Opponents are batting .257 against him, and starts off Cade Bowman with a ball in the dirt blocked by Campbell. 5-5 it is here in the top of the 5th. Bowman today 2 for 2. Takes one in the inside corner for strike 1. A single and a double, and he's driven in a pair.
Also was 1 for 3 earlier with a double, and probably should have been 2 for 3, but got robbed of a hit on a leaping grab by the shortstop.
Right. 1-1 pitch high by Berghammer. 2-1. Chase Hamilton to follow. Here's the kick, and way out in front was Bowman. Good pitch by Berghammer. 2-2 now on the Parker catcher. Cade steps in, digs in, and Berghammer comes set. Here's the windup and the pitch. High fastball, and he lays off. Full now on Bowman. First at bat of the top of the 5th. Parker owns the hit column 7-5. Here's the 3-2. Smacked in the air. Shallow left. March coming on a long way, and he will make the catch.
Straight up into the wind.
Yep. And now the batter will be Chase Hamilton with 1 out.
Right fielder, Chase Hamilton.
So here's Hamilton. Hamilton today 1 for 2 with a single and a grounder to second. And the pitch. High by Berghammer, ball 1. One out. Anything down there?
Well, I'm just seeing if anybody's on the edge of their seat yet.
I thought you're checking out the bullpen.
No,
What are
nobody
you
down
doing?
there. No, I can see that.
You're
without
watching the fans.
I can see that without even looking.
Are they on the edge of their seats?
They're not yet. I think they should be. 5-5 game in the 5th inning.
1-1 pitch, high and tight on Hamilton. 2-1 now. Hamilton, one of Parker's 7 hits. We're even at 5 apiece. 2-1, wind up in the pitch. That one hit him right in the back. So Berghammer puts Hamilton on with 1 out, and the batter will be Jared Emerson, the DH, who's 0 for 2.
Jared Emerson.
So Emerson up, left-handed hitter. Hamilton at first. Parker with a base runner every inning but the 3rd. Opening pitch from Berghammer is good for a strike. Taken by Emerson rather. Zach Zollard is due next. Here's the 0-1 coming up. High again from Berghammer. He's missed a couple of times way up there.
Yeah, you can see on those ones, he's just not quite bending at all. It's kind of coming straight forward.
Looks like we've got a fan at the 375 sign in dead center.
Well, when you don't have any seats around here, you got to find some tricky way to watch the game.
Looks like the neighbor in Home Improvement. What was his name, Wilson? Is that what it was? Thank you. That show's only been off the air for like 10 years.
It'll probably be coming
More
back. Every other show has.
2-1 to Emerson with one out. Here's the pitch. High and outside from Berghammer, and Campbell out to talk with his pitcher for a hot minute. 3-1 now on the Parker DH. Berghammer with a hit batter right before on Chase Hamilton, who's at first base. There's one out. And Campbell not wanting to put two on with one out. Noah looks in. Checks first quick and comes set. And the pitch. Outside corner, strike two. Good pitch from Berghammer. Full count now with one out.
We had an hour and 45 minutes. Probably should have just brought in some bleachers out there in center field.
Great point. 3-2 pitch, here it is. Swing and a miss, strike three, and Emerson is gone. Emerson down on strikes. Berghammer's first strikeout. There's two down, and the batter will be Zach Zoller. Zoller with a fly to left and a fly to center. He's 0 for 2.
Whatever Campbell said when he went out there to talk to him seemed to work.
Apparently.
That was two real good pitches.
Berghammer looks in. Doesn't bother with the runner, and a pitch out. And nothing doing over at first. 1-0.
I know that you need to try to get a runner in scoring position, but I also feel like Brian Martin's seen enough of Jacob Campbell over the last 4 years to know let's not mess around with that.
1-0 pitch. Upstairs, 2-0. Well, they tried to do that last game. And Campbell struck down the Madison West runner. It's the only time I think I've seen somebody try to steal against Jake. 2-0 and a half swing, but it's a strike anyway on Zoller. 2-1. 2 outs. Craig trying to close it out here in the fifth and go hit in the bottom half. Parker trying to retake the lead. Here it is. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2 now on Zoller. Five our score. Top of the fifth. Pitch from Berghammer. Jammed him, and it's a foul back to the Parker dugout. Still alive at 2-2. 3:30 p.m. game time at Fox City Stadium Tuesday for the winner. Berghammer shakes off Campbell once. Quickly looks at the runner. Now here it is. Smacked in the air, foul left field side. Is there going to be room for Overly?
Oh.
And just over the fence into the crowd.
He reached over as far as he could.
So ball out of play. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Overly back to his position in the infield. Are birds dive bombing people down there?
This is bird building a nest, yes.
2-2 the count with 2 down. Berghammer, here's the pitch. Swung on and hit to short. Blomgren gobbles it up, steps on second, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left for Parker. Bottom of the fifth coming up. It's Vikings 5, Cougars 5.
Leading off the Craig in the bottom of the fifth inning, right fielder Preston Tusmall.
Back on the mound for the Vikings, and his first offerings begin the last of the fifth inning. He's in there for a couple strike one. They get 8 of 11 batters against Garbo.
Come on, Preston! Here we go!
First pitch in play for a strike. Two balls, and strike.
Make a pitch, Skip.
Here we go, Trask, be smart!
Wisconsin Baseball Association.
You're tracking!
They made it to their sectional final Wednesday. And to go in the preseason, they'll go to the sectional final.
You're tracking, Trask!
Green Bay Preble was playing a sectional final. They won as Burlington, preseason 5.
All right, here we go, one fly!
Let it travel, travel.
Here we go, 1-1! You're tracking!
Champs of the 8 this year. Your softball team. Three balls, 2 strikes. Preston Cussmall to lead off the bottom of the 5th.
Here we go, Trask, here we go!
Dave Brennan on deck. Start with a man on or a man out. A wind up from Garble. The right-hander pours one inside, and that one's just there.
Center fielder, J.J. Vernon.
Hey, you go, JJ.
JJ! 1-7, here we go!
That's the 4th time in 5
Here we
innings.
go,
The Cougars have gotten the leadoff base runner aboard. Of the previous
Lot of green out there,
opportunities,
JJ.
they scored only 1 inning. That was the 3rd. And there's a ball low, the throw down the line. Oh, he's back there in time. Oh, my goodness.
Back too far out.
The runner at Cussmall was off the bag, wanted to steal, it looked like. Bowman had him dead in the right to the throat on the Nemes, but apparently the tag didn't get slapped down in time. And Cussmall did the old swim move. Restro to get back to first base. So it's still 1 on and nobody out. 1 ball, no strikes to Brennan.
Good eye. Take the pitch.
2 balls and no strikes. Wow, the umpire was right there.
Go, JJ. Take yours, kid.
He obviously had a better look than we did. 30 feet behind home plate. So 2 on and nobody out. Or 1 on and nobody out, and a 2-0 count. That one is going to be in there.
Nice on.
Brennan reached on an air and an RBI sac fly to right field in his previous 2 plate appearances. Get the
Hey, make
drop
a
over
pitch.
catty third on the run. That was actually smothered at first by Nemes. Now a pickoff play. Oh, they got it. Get back, no argument there. And pickoff play, 1-3. And now there's 1 out for 2. Nobody on base. And a 2 count. You kind of just had that feeling after getting back. How he did. Brennan, if he was going to get picked off, he was going to go shoot. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Hey, stay middle, JJ. Go.
Very well umpired games here today. The semifinal. Now to the sectional final. Breaking ball just missed high outside the Cardinal.
Hey, shorten up. Get on base, kid.
Two from Garble. Stays alive, and now 3 balls and 2.
All right, apologize for the delay. As more people trickle down to Riverside, our bandwidth is getting cut down. It's 3-2 to Brennan, and he just worked a walk. So after Cussmall is picked off at first, Brennan works a full count walk. There's 1 out and a runner on first. 1 out here in the inning for Craig for the DH Clark Schmaling. So hopefully we will be with you as we continue. But again, a little bit tough from the technology standpoint that we don't have much control over. Here's the pitch outside a ball on Schmaling, who is officially no at bat today with a sacrifice. Well, he does have an RBI and a walk. 1-0. Smacked to short. Backhand, and it eats up Burkett. And the runners will hold. Brennan at second. Schmaling to first. And we've got 2 on and 1 out. First and second, that's a tough play by Burkett.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that hopped up right over him. And he's going toward the hole anyway.
Yep. No. Schmaling with a base hit.
What some of the listeners might have missed is Tresson Kussmaul didn't get picked off by the catcher, but then 1 second later he got picked off by the pitcher.
And a strike taken by Jacob Hessling. So here we go for 2 on, 1 out, 0-1 count to Hessling. Garvel out of the stretch, here it is. Low from Bowman. 1-1. Hessling today with a pair of strikeouts, looking and swinging. One the count with 1 out, and the pitch. High, and a throw back to first, and the runner is back. Already had a pickoff as Kussmaul picked off from goal.
Some good throws by Bowman, keeping him honest.
2-1 the count, 1 out. And the pitch. Curveball and a swing through from Hessling. 2-2. Bottom of the 5th, we're tied at 5. And here it is from Sam. Outside, backhanded by Bowman. Thought about a throw down to second as Brennan was way off the bag, almost halfway between second and third, but he retreats. And it's full now on Jacob Hessling, the Cougars' second baseman.
Some action down in the Parker pen.
Yes, the Parker pen. Here it is, and protection mode for Hessling as he waves at an outside pitch and fouls it back. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Five our score. Craig trying to take the lead. Runner in scoring position at second. Here's the pitch from Garvel. High. And the bases are loaded now with 1 out. Brennan to third. Schmaling at second. First base is Hessling on the 1 out walk.
Third walk of the inning here.
And the batter will be Ross March, who is 1 for 2.
Now batting left fielder, Ross March.
March singled and was stranded at third in the 4th when Craig had runners at the corners. And a quick meeting with Bowman, with Garvel, and Coach Herbst runs down to talk to his hitter, who's about to step in.
Hey, Ross, get ahead. I think that's what I heard him say.
I think that was your speech a couple of weeks ago in a game. 1 out, opening pitch from Garvel as Sam steps off. Collects and climbs back onto the mound. Into the windup. And here he comes. Swing and a grounder to short. To 2. Relay is not in time, and Craig has the lead. Garvel not happy with that call. Looked like he made it to me.
I thought he was definitely safe. The other one might have been questionable, and Nemitz was a little...
So Brennan comes in on the fielder's choice from Ross March, and Craig is up 6-5. March is on first. Hessling out at second. To third is Schmaling. And he squares to bunt, and a throw down to second, and now it's into center field. Another run's going to score. Nobody wanted it. It was in between the bag and Carter Schneider. Burkett didn't take it, and Schneider didn't go for it. And it's 7-5 as Schmaling comes in. And now a full infield meeting for the Vikings. To second goes March. And Blomgren, I believe that was a ball, don't you think, Murph? We'll get the call from the umpire. But Blomgren squared to bunt, pulled back, and Bowman let one rip to second base to try and get the stealing march, but it went into center field. Now the 1-0 outside. 2-0. 2 outs, 2 runs are in for Craig. Only 1 hit in the inning so far. But you got to give him an error. There's a smash to Carter Schneider. He smothers it, goes to first, and that is the side. But Craig grabs the lead with 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left. We're going to the top of the 6th. It's now 7-5 Craig. So Sam Nemitz will lead it off for the Vikings. 2 big runs in the bottom of the 5th for Janesville Craig, and the Cougars now have the lead. Berghammer's first pitch bounces up, and Campbell has it. And a 1-0 count. There's the pitch, and that's a strike taken.
This was the part of the order that started the big 4-run inning back in the second.
Right. 1-1 pitch. Smacked into right field, a base hit.
Here we go again.
So Nemitz gets it going with a single. And the lead batter is on again for Parker. Now here's Carter Schneider. A couple of hits. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and a run scored. 7-5 Craig in the top of the 6th. Berghammer still on the mound for the Cougars. 1-1 count, or first pitch, I should say. Swings and lofts one to left. Back is March, and he's got it as the runner heads back to first. And there's 1 up and 1 down as Schneider is retired for the first time this afternoon. Back to the top of the order, Kyle Burkett, who is 0 for 2. He was also hit by a pitch and scored a run. And the opening pitch to Berghammer is outside, backhanded by Campbell. 1-0. Boy, the Campbell watch is off to a crawl, isn't it?
Well,
1-0 and inside 2-0 on Burkett.
we were coming into the last of the 10th round,
Oof.
and I don't see it. So
All right.
we're going to have to wait till tomorrow. I think, right? 10th was the last round today.
Got me. 2-0 the count to Burkett, and there's a swing and a high drive to left. It's going to twist, and it's going to wind up in foul territory. March gave it a run, but couldn't get it.
Woo!
Man, was that a bomb.
That was not too far off from restarting this game all over again.
So it's 2-1 now on Kyle Burkett. And out to talk with Berghammer is Campbell and head coach Vic Herbst also coming out. Don't think there will be a pitching change mid-batter, but
Maybe he'll just say, don't throw that pitch there again.
and Coach Herbst doesn't even make it to the mound and turns around and heads back to the dugout. Now some last-minute instructions to Campbell.
Yep, that still counts as a visit for you.
2-1 is the count. 1 out, runner at first for Parker. Burkett swings and lofts one to left this time. March, calling it off, is going to have to run a ways in. Finally settles under it and makes the grab. He thought that was going to carry a little bit more, or the wind knocked it down, either or. March has retired the last 2, and now here's Jordan Bailey with 2 down and a man on. Nemitz is at first, led off the inning with a single. Craig with a 2-run lead. It's 7-5. Parker owns the hit column 8-6, but Cougars have it where it matters in the run column. Here's the opening pitch from Berghammer. That's a strike. 0-1 on Bailey. Jordan today. A couple of flies to March in left and a strikeout, but he's also driven in a run. But he's 0 for 3. Berghammer on the mound. Here's the pitch. Curveball upstairs. 1-1. Top of the 6th here at Riverside. Still a packed house. Nobody really has gone anywhere. 1-1. Swing and a miss. And Campbell thought about a snap throw to Malmanger as Nemitz got off quite a ways.
And Bailey thought about tying that game up with a one swing.
And that was a big cut by Jordan. 1-2. He's behind on Berghammer. And here it is. Drops low and inside and evens it at 2-2. Two the count. 2 down. Craig trying to head to the bottom half. Comes set, and here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Bailey goes down swinging for the second time, and Craig gets out of it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. To the bottom of the 6th we go, 7-5 Craig. Josh and Eric back at Veterans Field for the bottom of the 6th. Garville still on for Janesville Craig. Campbell will lead it off, followed by Malmanger and Berghammer. Speaking of Noah, who's been on the mound, we have an international listener as his sister Ariel is tuning in from Singapore. I have no idea what time it is there, but it can't be as nice a day as it is here, I wouldn't think. Here's Garville's opening pitch to Campbell. Low and outside for ball 1. And here's the pitch. It's popped up. Shallow left. Coming in is Ellis calling for it and makes the grab. And there's 1 up and 1 down.
First baseman, Luke Malmanger.
So a pop to left, and now here's Malmanger. Still no official at bat.
Maybe he'll get one here.
We'll see.
He also had 2 walks and a hit by pitch in the first game. He's had 1 at bat today in 7 plate appearances.
Starts him off with a ball. And Garville's second pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 to Malmanger. He's been on 3 times, and he's also scored. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And the pitch, curveball, drops low and outside. 2-1.
He's been on 7 times today with 1 hit.
Two one, and that's a strike down the middle. Even now at 2-2 on Luke Malmanger. Berghammer to follow. Two. Here it comes from Garville. Blocked by Bowman, low and inside, and it's full now on the Cougar first baseman.
Another free pass coming.
Stop it. 3-2 the count. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a foul, and we'll do it again. Out of play, first base side.
Ooh,
I heard a car.
That didn't sound good.
You hear the thud, and then you hear the crowd. It's 2 parts. There's a hit to right, foul on the run, and not able to get there is Hamilton. So still full on Malmanger.
It's the 4th time today he's worked a full count.
3-2. Here it is again. Curveball upstairs and a walk, and still no official at bat this game for Luke Malmanger.
This is crazy. 8 plate appearances, 4 walks, 3 hit by pitches, and a single.
Unbelievable on base percentage. And Mr. Anderson, if you can check the stream again, sir. Sounds like we've been kicked off again. 1 out. inside a ball to start off with Berghammer, who is 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI and a run scored. One-0 pitch. Runner goes, and a hit to center, and Malmanger is going to have to hang up now as Bailey's under it. And he thought about for a split second uncorking one to first, but instead thought wisely and did not. And now here's Tresson Kussmaul.
Kussmaul's been on twice today, a walk and a single. Had an RBI and a run as part of that key 5-run third inning.
Garville starts Kussmaul outside a ball. 1-0, 2 down for Craig here in the bottom of the 6th. Cougars still with a 7-5 advantage. Away from first is Malmanger. Here's the pitch. Down low for ball 2. 2-0 on the Cougar right fielder, Tresson Kussmaul. And the 2-0 high for 3-0. And Garville in a little bit of trouble now. Three-0 pitch coming up. Here it is. And low, but a strike. Thought the umpire was going to issue a free pass. 3-1. 2 outs as Kussmaul steps back in. Garville's pitch as the runner goes, but it doesn't matter anyway because it's high and outside for ball 4. Second walk of the inning, and here comes Coach Brian Martin.
Klukas coming in.
And Brody Klukas will take the ball for Garville. And I think Sam is going to go out to his spot in right, and we'll see Hamilton cross the field to left and Ellis come in, and that's what we're going to do. So, new pitcher coming up. We'll return after this and check the defensive changes for Parker. Bottom half of the 6th, it's 7-5 Cougars, 2 on and 2 out. Brody Klukas coming on to pitch. We'll return after this. Brody Klukas is on for the Vikings and will pitch here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. And the batter will be J.J. Brennan. Klukas on the mound, only 7 innings pitched. He's 1-0. He does have 2 saves.
Yeah, he's kind of been used as the stopper or closer.
He's given up 8 hits and 3 runs. He's got an ERA of 3.0. Brennan at the plate with 2 on. Opening pitch is way outside and by Bowman. Back to the screen. And the runners move up. Malmanger to third. Kussmaul to second. So Klukas' first pitch goes by Bowman. Sam Garville goes back out to right field. He started at center, came into pitch, now he's in right. Chase Hamilton from right to left, and Jaden Ellis comes in as Klukas is now on the mound, 1-0 to Brennan. And here's the pitch to JJ. Brody kind of aiming a little bit, you think?
Yeah, or maybe, just this is kind of a one chance to get into this big game here, and
right.
Maybe.
There's the strike. And it's 2-1 now on J.J. Brennan.
Maybe a little amped up.
Like you all day.
Trying.
Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch, and fouled back by Brennan against the netting. 2-2 on J.J. Runners on third and second. Malmanger at 3. Kussmaul at 2. Craig trying to grab 1 or 2 more insurance runs for the top of the 7th. 2-2 pitch from Klukas. Outside, but protect mode again from Brennan, and he fouls it back to the screen. And we'll do it again at 2-2. So that Milwaukee sectional that we were referring to, that the winner of this game will play, not that strong.
Not typically.
King, the number 1 seed out of there. 2-2 pitch, backhanded by Bowman outside. And it's full now on Brennan. I don't even know who's in the sectional final over there.
Well, we can probably find out here.
I'm sure you will. 3-2 the count. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. And here comes Klukas to the plate. Smack to right. It's near the line, and a diving catch is made by Garvel to end the inning. What a play by Sam.
Especially for a guy who just moved over from center field, or from the pitcher's mound.
Right.
Yeah, he had to move back out to the outfield.
So for Janesville Craig, no runs, no hits, no errors, but 2 men left. Parker's down to their last 3 outs. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 7-5 Craig. Josh and Eric back at Veterans Field for the top of the 7th. Parker will send up Garvel, Bowman, and Hamilton. Craig needs 3 outs to advance to the state tournament. And as we had mentioned about the Milwaukee sectional, I know you're looking that up. Our colleague who's listening, John Barry, brought up a really good point. All those summer baseball teams that make that area of the state so strong are now going to be in that sectional.
Right, well, we'll have to kind of announce how that's going to be configured, and we'll see how that shakes out. It's King versus Wisconsin Lutheran in the sectional final over there. I see no updates on Twitter as
King
to what
and
the score
Wisco.
is. But
okay. So here is Sam Garvel. He's 1 for 2 today with a walk. Scored 2 runs and driven in 1. Berghammer still on for the Cougars and starts them off with the ball down low. Wind up, and the pitch from Noah is in there. Strike 1 looking. 1-1 the count to Garvel. Craig looking to close the door. Vikings need 2 to keep going. Here's the pitch. Smacked to center and through a diving attempt by Dan Blomgren to his left. Good effort on a bouncer up the middle, but Garvel starts off Janesville Parker with a base runner. Second hit today for Sam, and now the batter will be Cade Bowman, who has had a really good day.
one more note from Bear on Twitter. It was Jefferson 11, Edgerton 1 final score on that
then.
one.
So
the Eagles will head to the state tournament.
Crimson Tide season ends. Pretty good run in the second half. Here's the pitch to Bowman, and it's fouled back to the netting on the opening offering from Berghammer, 0-1. Cade today, a single and a double and a fly to left. Parker with 9 hits. Here's the pitch. Big sweeping hook in there for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Show him that one again.
I don't know. Nobody out, runner at first for Parker. 0-2 pitch. High and outside. 1-2 now.
Nice job in relief for Berghammer today. Came in with 2 outs in the 4th. He's allowed a hit by pitch and 2 singles so far.
All right. 1-2 the count now on Bowman. Here it is from Berghammer. Another curveball. This to third, but foul, just twisting left of the bag late. So we'll do it again at 1-2. Brewers and Indians to follow, first of 2 games in Cleveland. Interleague Series, Junior Guerra against Corey Kluber. 1-2 here on Cade Bowman against Noah Berghammer. Runner at first, nobody out, and the pitch. Another curveball, that one goes outside, even now at 2-2. 7-5, Craig with the lead. Parker with 3 outs. And that's all that remains. Here's the windup and the pitch. High, 3-2. Berghammer frustrated at that one. And it's full now.
I think they are on the edges now.
I would say edge the seat is probably good. That's a good description for this point in the game. Full count to Cade Bowman. Berghammer checks the runner. Comes set out of the stretch. Here it is. Hit to the gap in left center, but March is going to get there as it kind of twisted back to him, and there's 1 out. Might have got caught up in the wind there.
Yeah, that's pretty much blowing straight in.
So
he tagged that one pretty good.
He did. That was headed to the left center gap, but March didn't have to go as far as thought he was going to have to go. So that'll bring up Chase Hamilton with 1 out. Berghammer wants to do baseball. And Hamilton today has a base hit He's grounded to second and been hit by a pitch. Garvel still over at first. There's one out. Berghammer comes set, and here's the pitch. Up high for a ball, about letter high on Chase. Jared Emerson is due next. And here it is. Down low, ball 2. Berghammer taking his time on the mound, just collecting himself before stepping back onto the rubber. And now Jacob Campbell getting the relay from the dugout.
I think coaches might have been shouting something to one of the fielders, and you thought it was to him.
2-0 pitch is in there. Strike one taken by Hamilton. 2-1 the count on Chase. Runner at first is Garvel. There's one out here in the top of the 7th. Parker with 2 outs remaining. Berghammer comes to the plate, down low, 3-1 now. Double play ball will end it and send Craig to Appleton. Tying run at the plate in Hamilton. Here it is. There's a letter-high fastball and a walk to Hamilton, and to second is Garvel. Hamilton with the free pass, and head coach, or I should say pitching coach, Pat Campbell is out to talk with Noah. Tying runs at first. Garvel's at second. There's one out for Jared Emerson, the DH, coming up. So a meeting on the mound. WCLO, Janesville, Beloit, AM 1230 and FM 92.7. Online at WCLO.com and on the smartphone app, powered by Boucher Automotive. So Emerson will step to the plate looking for his first hit, and it would be a big one. He's grounded to Malmanger at first, hit to second, and also struck out. He's 0 for 3, 2 on, 1 out.
Arrowhead has beaten Sun Prairie 8-3.
Whoa, okay.
This will be the only Big 8 team
headed to the tournament. Berghammer looks in as everybody back to their positions, and Emerson is in the batter's box left side. Here it is. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1. One out. Runners at first and second for Parker. Berghammer comes set. Here's the pitch. A fly ball foul left field side. And it's 0-2 quickly to the DH. Berghammer back on. Away from second is Garvel. Nobody holding him. Noah comes set. Campbell sets up outside. Here's the pitch. And a frame job by Jacob Campbell outside corner for strike 3 looking. Wow.
Frame job, I think, is a pretty solid way of calling it.
Thank you.
That's a pretty good description.
So Emerson down on strikes and Parker down to its final out, and it's Zach. Now check that. We're going to get a pinch batter, and it will be Dalton Madsen.
Now batting number 4, Dalton.
So Madsen will come up with 2 out and 2 on. Craig 1 out away from heading to Appleton. Madsen trying to keep it going for the Vikings. Berghammer steps off. Nobody holding Garvel. Blomgren way away from the base. Hessling at his normal position. Opening pitch is inside corner, strike 1. Berghammer head in the count. 0-1 to Madsen. Comes set. Here's the pitch. High fastball for ball 1. Even now at a ball and a strike.
Madsen was 0 for 3 in the first game, reached on an error.
It's even now, and here it is. Outside a ball. 2-1 now on Madsen. Berghammer looking at Blomgren, who calls a couple of signals to the infield. 2 down. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's a strike. 2-2. 2 outs. 1 strike away from ending it for Berghammer. Madsen steps back in. Noah looking into Campbell. Comes set. Kicks and fires. And it's outside and backhanded by Campbell, and he's run it full.
A little adrenaline rush on that one. He reared
Probably.
back a little further than normal, it seemed like.
3-2 the count with 2 men on. Runners away. Here's the pitch, and they've got him picked off, but he's in there. Woo, that was close.
Somebody leaped the dugout, ready to go celebrate. They're going to have to leap back over and get back in there for another pitch.
Boy, Garville was leaning, and Berghammer wheeled around and whipped it to Hessling, who was right there. 3-2. Still the count on Dalton Madsen. Here's the pitch. Swing and a short fly ball, shallow left center. And this game is over. Janesville Craig will head to Appleton as the sectional final winners. Ross March makes the catch to end the inning, and the Cougars pile it on at the mound. 7-5 our final score. A great ball game between both Janesville teams. Craig will go to Grand Chute. The Vikings, as the 2 seed, end the season on a tough note. But a great rivalry, and you can't ask for much more in a sectional final.
No, it's exactly what we wanted. When we got here today, we wanted to see them play each other. They were tied going into the 5th inning. And a pretty good baseball all day. It's not like anybody really threw the game away or anything. Classic day here at Rivers. I think it's going to be one that people are going to be talking about for a long time.
7-5 our score. Craig defeats Parker. We will wrap up our day here at Riverside after this from Budget Truck and Auto Body and Janesville Mobilizing for Change on WCLO Janesville Beloit and online at WCLO.com.